How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Deep Dive Week here. Today we're going to be checking out a band called The Silent Wedding, and the name of this song is Caught in the Web. From what I could tell, they had an album release back in February, actually, but I just completely missed it, and I've never heard of these folks here before, so hence why we're checking them out here on Deep Dive Week. So a week dedicated to bands that, aren't, up in the mainstream and that kind of stuff. Bands I just kind of stumble across and I get curious, so hey, I decided to feature them in a video. But yeah, let's give this a listen and see what we got, shall we? Let's see if they can catch us in their web. Rangers, go. cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff. Definitely a very solid song. I'm quite impressed. And yeah, their album that came out, I believe it was in February, is called Ego Path. But I'm definitely going to be checking out the album after hearing this because I really do like what I hear. They have a solid sound. You know, those of you who know me just, I'm sure, knew right off the bat that I was hook, line, and sinker as soon as that keyboard started. Oh man, that keyboard, amazing. I love that keyboard riff in the song, and every time it came back in, it just got me rejuvenated and energized again. It's so sick. I love that tune. Absolutely great. And I love how it's prominent all throughout the song for the most part, even if it shifts a little to the background. But the keyboard work here is just great. I absolutely loved it. Really kind of gave the song the personality. And it was cool too because you had the keyboard and the guitars chime in and all that kind of stuff, and then it gets softer. Like the guitars get less like aggressive and more moody, and there were spots throughout where that kind of happens. Like after I believe it's like after the verse, kind of in the build up to the chorus and all that kind of stuff. It drops down and the guitars just get kind of moody and almost bluesy and really cool. Kind of sets a nice atmosphere. I really enjoyed that. And then once the chorus kicks in, it's got a really great melody. I really liked the vocal melody of it, and the music during the chorus was really nice. The way everything kind of came together, and yeah, it just worked really, really well. The vocals are really, really great. I really liked his voice. He's just got a really nice, clean delivery, with his vocals and a solid range and just it just works really, really well. Again, everything with this song, every like instrument or whatnot that I think of regarding this song, it all just works well. Like his voice suits the music really well. The keyboard tune was great, and then when it would go into the softer, more moody kind of guitar work, it worked. Everything just works pretty well. The only thing um, that didn't quite jive for me, I would say, is after you have the verse, you'd get kind of the moody guitar, and then that would kind of lead into the chorus. That last little bit of the build up kind of into the chorus, like I said, you have the moody guitar and stuff, and then all of a sudden the drum kind of starts doing a drum roll build up kind of out of nowhere. There's this little window of time there in between the build up of the verses into the chorus and the start of the chorus. There's a small little window there that something feels it just doesn't quite fit. It just feels slightly out of sync. So that's really the only thing that kind of stood out to me. That little end of the build up into the chorus, it just didn't sit quite right. So if that was evened out a little bit, I think it would have been really, really great. But for the most part, yeah, everything was solid. Again, I really enjoyed the melody and the chorus. I like their style. And again, I really like the vocals. I really want to hear, because, the song, it was kind of the nature of the song. I feel like the way that the vocals were and the chorus and all that kind of stuff. But something about his voice, I feel like I want to hear a little more aggression from his voice. Now, again, that wasn't necessarily what they wanted with this song, but I'm really curious to hear the album, and I want to see if there's times where, you get a little bit of aggression, because I don't know what it is, but a little bit of his voice reminds me of Hansi Kirsch of Blind Guardian, and a lot of times he's got a real aggression to his voice. But again, Blind Guardian, they have moments of kind of like thrash speed, that kind of metal mixed in with the power metal. But Something about this guy's voice. I would love to hear some more aggression out of his voice. So I wonder if there's any songs on the album that are a little bit more aggressive, a little edgier, and we get some good aggression out of his vocals. But at any rate, yeah, I'm definitely sold. I definitely want to check out the album. This was, again, just a solid song all around. Great musicianship, solid vocals, solid songwriting with the chorus and the verses. I loved all that. It's just that little window in the build up to the chorus that it just didn't quite jive for me. So, like I said, he round that out a little bit, and it just would have been a solid all around song. I mean, it already pretty much is. So, yeah, color me intrigued. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this song here. Have you heard of this band before? Because this is a first time for me. And now that you've heard a song, if you've never heard of them before, are you excited to go back and check out the album? Because I'm definitely adding it to my list. But thank you all so much for tuning in. Check back in tomorrow because we'll have another deep dive. Like I said, it's Deep Dive Week here over at Power Metal Ranger headquarters. So see you then, Ranger. Out.